Good morning, curling world. We are up bright and relatively early here in Adelboden. We are in the final day of round robin play at the third World Curling Tour men's international competition. And we have another treat for you this morning. If you are a Joe Retornaz fan, and I famously am, we have another Italia Fest for you. And quite a sneaky opponent today. This morning, the all-conquering Italians, they are up against Schnider. And Schnider's team, we saw them a couple of weeks ago in Baden. They had a bit of a tough time. They had quite a tough group, to be honest. They only had one win out of their round-robin games there, but guess who it was against? They only went out and took out Olympic champions Niklas Hedin. So I don't think Schnider's team will be particularly nervous about this game this morning. I think they will be looking forward to it, and I think we are too.
Ja, ist gut. 1-2.
They have won 2 games out of 3 so far. Sorry, 2 games out of 2 so far, Schnider. They have 2 more games today. They have this one, and then finishing off against Team Iseli this afternoon. So every chance of having a good place in the overall table for the quarterfinals this evening. I think they will have high hopes for this competition, Schnider's team. Always a really dangerous team. I would call them a banana skin, Schnider's team. That means that any of these big teams could slip and fall. Poor old Joel still sounding a little bit croaky this morning. We'll say hello to the teams in just a minute. We're just in the first end here of our featured game this morning. It is the Italians who are back to throwing red in their nice red uniforms, conveniently matching for us viewers. And Schnider's team conveniently wearing yellow. I'm not sure if they did that on purpose to help us viewers, or maybe that's just how it happened. Two fairly well-established teams out there, but a couple of lineup changes for both, which we'll get back to. Really fearless, Schnider's team. That's what makes them a bit of a banana skin. They're not at all scared of or nervous of taking on these big teams. As I said a couple of weeks ago in Baden, they picked off Niklas Hedin's team. And I'm sure they won't mind having a go at the current world bronze medalists in the form of Team Retornaz. Ooh, just catching the first guard there, Sebastiano Alman, but that helps too. But typically aggressive start from Schnider. They know that they need to get out quickly against these Italians. The Italians really precise, very consistent. And if the Italians get ahead of you, it can be awfully difficult to get shots back against them. We saw 2 Retornaz games already yesterday. And as a big Retornaz fan, I was pretty happy about that. And we shall definitely be seeing Retornaz's team in the quarterfinals. and also André Schnider's team. So it's a matter of how high in the table they're placing. And look at this. Super shot
Okay. 14-3, ja, ist runtergekommen.
from Nicola Stoll. And the Italians having plenty to think about already this morning. We already had a game at 8 o'clock this morning, the real early birds. And that was a win for Team Klima, our Czech visitors. They had a close game against Team Stych from Poland. First time for a Polish team in the competition, and Klima's team won 4 points to 2. That definitely qualifies them for quarterfinals as well, so we shall see more of them. And a big win for our Korean guests. First time that we've welcomed a team from Asia Pacific region. We're delighted to have our Korean friends with us, and they had a big win over the other Italian team, young team Ribotta. Hoping to follow in the footsteps of this legendary Italian team, Team Joel Retornaz. Also on the ice today, on the other sheet, we have Team Bangerter. And we watched them against Team Retornaz last night. They had a very bright start, but then the consistency of the Italians really started to take effect. That was a win for the Italians last night, and Team Bangerter, they are playing Team Jan Iseli. We also saw play Team Retornaz yesterday. So if you're a big fan of this Italian team, and who isn't, this is the competition to watch. We get Team Retornaz morning, noon and night. But having to do a bit of clean-up already early in this game, and not quite finding those doubles. If you want to say hi in the chat, or if you have questions, we were having some really nice questions last night. Don't feel shy. If you want to say hi or tell us who you're cheering for, or if you have a question. We love to chat about curling here in the virtual club room. And I can already see our Japanese friend, I think it is. Welcome to you. And if you're supporting the Asia Pac teams, we shall be watching our Korean visitors in the next round. They're having a super tournament so far. We shall definitely be seeing more of them in the quarterfinals and hopefully beyond as well. And it's not quite a joke, it's a half joke, let's say, that the skip should only ever need to throw a guard. The other three players, they should have set up the end so nicely that skip only really needs to throw a guard. And must have been a bright start from André Schnider's team, because André Schnider's first throw in this game is indeed a nice guard. It's the Italians with last stone. But already facing a difficult shot for his first throw is Joel. And Joel's team, as always, they will be taking this game very seriously. They know how dangerous Schnider is. They've played him many times already on the tour. On paper, perhaps, the Italian team, certainly the more experienced, and maybe on paper a little bit stronger, but I've seen André Schnider beat all kinds of top teams. So the Italians, they will not want to get behind in this first end.
Nein! Nein!
And a big sweep for Land of the Giants, the two ginormous Italian sweepers. And a super effort from Joel there. It looks like, I think though, that yellow tucked in behind everything, I think that looks like it's still shot. So Schnider again deciding on a guard. But certainly that nice shot from Joel, just reducing the danger. It's not a disaster to just give up a steal in the first end. It's almost like you just didn't have last stone in the first end. And really reducing the risk of losing more than 1 point here. Looks like the Italian boy is still having a bit of a yawn, still wakening up. But that big sweep there, that will have weakened up the middle order. Good morning, Clock Basher. Clock watching from Scotland. He must be approaching superfan status as well, I think. And another Japanese fan, it looks like in the chat, good, also wishing good curling. We're real happy to have our Korean visitors from Asia Pac region. That's our first time welcoming a team all the way from Asia Pac. The Korean team, they were in Scotland last weekend as well. That's nice from Angie Schnider. And yeah, I think no choice here. Joel had a bit of a practice throw. This will be a slightly different line. He's going to have to go around the outside of that guard now, but same kind of idea. We need this red coming up to grab the 1 foot. So really bright start from Schnider's team. They really put the pressure on the Italians, even if Joel makes this shot. And I wouldn't put it past him. Then that's still been a real tight first end from Schnider. Really putting the pressure on. No chance for the Italians to score more than 1 point here.
Line, linea. Okay, linea buona.
The line looks nice. Mattia's happy with the line. It's up to the sweepers. They are pretty close, aren't they? I think he's got it. I think that is 1 red. So superb shot from Joel first thing in the morning. But as said, a strong end from Schnider. They should feel confident after that good start from them, really forcing Italy. No chance for 2 points for Italy, just the 1. So bright start then in our featured game. We have the legendary Team Retornaz from Italy against dangerous Team Schnider from Switzerland, and the Swiss forcing the Italians to 1 point in the first end. So going into the second end here in Adelboden, it's 1 point to 0.
Nice draw. Thanks.
So let's say hello to our teams this morning. These names getting fairly well known. On the left of your screen, it is the current world bronze medalists. Fourth and skip is the familiar figure of Joel Retornaz. Third is Amos Mozaner. Second, Sebastiano Arman. And new full-time lead thrower, Mattia Giovanella. And coached as ever by Claudio Pescia. On the right of our screen, it's the Swiss. That's fourth and skip is André Schnider. Third, Nicola Stoll. Second thrower, Noé Traub. And lead thrower, Tom Winkelhausen. And they are coached by Fabian Schmidt and Roger Schmidt, who spell their names slightly differently, no relation. Aha, we fixed the scoreboard. I think they accidentally put up a point for Schnider's team. New lineup for both teams then. Mattia Giovanella, new full-time lead thrower for Italy. long-time alternate with Joel's team,
Wo dann? T-Line.
and
Wie lang?
having a very bright start in his curling career with his famous team.
Da okay, jetzt bremst du.
And new lineup for Andrew Schnider as well. They picked up Noe Traub, and Noe Traub's team kind of disintegrated last year. They were having a good season last year. They were starting to pick up wins. Still quite a young team, Noe Traub's team. They were picking up some wins against the bigger teams, but that team kind of cannibalized and ending up in a few different men's teams. So Noe ending up with Andrew Schnider's team here. Anthony Petou was also a member of that team. He now plays with Michael Brunner. And Pablo Lachat ended up in Yannick Schwaller's team.
11, 12.
Ja.
Second end then in our featured game this morning. And it is Schneider's team who now have last stone in this second end.
Dia! Hard! Dia! Dia!
Hard.
Fish! Weiter! Weiter! Weiter!
And a really good sweep from Noe Traub.
Gute Länge.
That has rolled out into the open, but of course that was a big sweep from Noe Traub to get it round that first guard. We are playing a no-tick rule here in Adelboden. And that red you can see out front, that red is touching the centre line. So not only is it protected by free guard zone for the first 5 stones, it is also protected by the no-tick rule. And that's because these big teams were getting so good at ticking a stone off the centre line that we are now experimenting with a no-tick rule. And if you would even accidentally tick that red stone off the centre line, it will be replaced until the end of free guard zone.
Okay. Ja, jetzt tappen schon. Und vor der 4.
The game at this level progressing all the time and really almost a different game now from the game that we play at the club. You get so few misses now at this level, and even on those really difficult shots like the tick shot and so on, that constantly evolving the rules.
Nummer 12-fach.
Achtung.
Ist gut. Vor der 4.
Achtung.
8 bis 4.
Wow.
Müssen noch leicht.
We saw a lot of ends like this yesterday when the team with last stone, they do start to play towards the centre, and the team without last stone, they're quite happy to just junk things up. So we know the Retornaz, we know that they are likely to play towards the centre. They don't want to give Schnider space to score more than 1 point here. And Schnider taking a bit of a chance, just ignoring the wings, ignoring the sides of the sheet, where traditionally you might start trying to build a couple of stones, build an end over there. Gosh, I hope the Italians had a good breakfast. Some big sweeps already this morning. And just setting up some angles here. Italy won't mind. Italy won't mind if Schnider scores 1 point here, then that just levels the scores, and Italy would have
Vermutlich
last stone
geht der auch.
back.
Vielleicht bleibt er drinnen.
Was?
Wenn wir ihn so schiessen, geht der sicher, der bleibt sicher und der geht vielleicht raus. Vielleicht bleibt er aber auch hängen.
Einfach nur aufmachen.
Nur aufmachen.
Andrew Schnider conveniently describing for us what will happen. So they are going for the run back. That red out front no longer protected by free guard zone, and not really helping Schnider. And we did see a couple teams yesterday getting into a bit of a pickle when they just left that centre guard out front and kept on playing to the centre instead.
Oh!
Ah no, vuole fare più alti qua.
Gut so. Okay.
So he doesn't get the run back, but he cleans
clear.
out that centre guard very nicely. And you can see already what a difference that makes. Now you have full access to that big pile of stones in front of tee.
Ja.
But the game always evolving. These top teams, they've had to learn different tactics in the 5 rock free guard zone. The game always evolving. That more aggressive style is what wins you games these days. And that can be getting involved in a chase towards the centre.
Linea buona. 3. 3 vicina. 4. 4. Linea. Da vergela. Male.
Now, at some point, the idea behind this piling everything into
Die zwei.
front of house
Okay.
is
Kommt
that
nicht. Also lieber der zuerst. Okay. Wenn der zuerst hast, ist auch okay. Aber vielleicht rollt der Shooter dann raus. Okay.
is that indeed you then at some point
Schnell.
need to take a run at it and spring all the reds out. So that's why you're trying to set up these angles so that you can now throw a big weight. Nicolas Stoll, the big leg drive. Looked like
Komm,
he
ja.
maybe came out a little bit tight and just sort of reset the stone a little bit wider,
Okay.
but that's nice. He springs out 2 of the reds.
Filo alta.
There are now 3 dangerous yellows. Certainly not panic stations from the Italians. He can see all of those nice yellows, and I'm sure they will take a run at that. And conveniently throwing is the ginormous figure of Amos Mazaner.
Okay.
Everybody scampering off to pick up stones, and nice double take out and roll away from Amos there,
Licht aus ist gut.
getting rid of 2 of those
Elf.
yellows, but Schneider's team
Larga.
still in nice position here to get a second yellow into the house. We'll see more controlled weight from Nicolas Stoll this time.
Whoa. Whoa.
He doesn't only want to remove this red, he wants to make sure this
Whoa, das
yellow
ist gut. Ja, neu.
is also hanging around. And important is they will want good separation. And that yellow rolling as far away as it can, and that's perfect from Nicolas Stoll. Those 2 yellows just about level, I think. No double takeout available. Really nice throw from Nicolas Stoll, and that was the aim of that. So not only removing that red, but finding a real nice spot for that yellow. No double takeout for Joe Retornaz. And Schneider's team currently still on track to score 2 points. Our Asia Pac fans enjoying the action. Well, for us this morning, over in Asia Pac it will be closer to evening.
Yep. Hard.
And that's always nice when you wake
There you
up
go.
and there's been curling overnight and you can
Hard.
catch up in the video vault.
10-3.
Rausrollen. Selfie.
So no trouble for Joe Retornaz, but as we said, that was such a nice stone from Nicolas Stoll that there was no double takeout available. And André Schnider, he'll be looking for the same kind of idea. He'll want to just remove that red with that controlled weight and just roll away from the other yellow, try to make it as difficult as possible for Italy to remove both.
Da finire un po' di più. Era male, la gira stanchi.
First throw in the second end for André Schnider.
Sehr. Sehr. Whoa. Sehr. Whoa. Whoa. Sehr.
On-off sweeping, normally a good sign.
Yep. Roll, Tom, roll.
Yeah, they want to roll to our left to put as much separation as they can. That's a superb stone from Schnider. Again, you can see those stones just about level. No double takeout available, so Italy's best chance to prevent damage here is to go for that stone just thrown by Schnider and roll across in behind that yellow, as indicated by Mattia Giovanella. But even that, very difficult shot to roll all the way accurately to the other side of the house. Not at all easy, so this end really well played from Schnider's team. I'm sure they will have no trouble removing this yellow, but are they going to get the roll?
Yeah.
They are, but I think that's already rolled a bit too far. So you could hit that red, but you have the whole house to draw to, and that's surely the easier way to pick up a second point here. So superb end from Schnider's team. You will not get an easier chance to score 2 points at this level.
Okay.
He just needs to be beating that red. So he has acres of space to land a stone here. And this is a real strong start for this Swiss team. Schnider's team not quite knocking on the door of Swiss champion, not quite yet, but as we said, they can pick off any of these big teams. But oh no, the sweepers are standing off this one. I think it's going to stop though, but ooh, everybody holding their breath a bit there. That was fine after all. They would have been furious with themselves if after all of that work they'd accidentally played that stone too heavy, but no trouble at all. That was right on the tee line, in fact, and that's going to be a real strong score of 2 points with last stone advantage there for Team Schnider in the second end. And that means after 2 ends here in our featured game at Adelboden, it is Schnider's team from Switzerland leading Retornaz of Italy 2 points to 1. We're in the third end here at our featured game at the World's Curling Tour event in Adelboden. And the little video in between showing off some of the most beautiful places around Adelboden, and it really does look like that viewer. It's still a bit of a hidden gem, I think, Adelboden. It's not even mentioned in the, I think it was the Lonely Planet, or the rough guide to Switzerland that I got 20 years ago when I was coming. A real good time here in Adelboden. And for the first time actually, since pandemic times, we can all come back to the club. So the past couple of years we have not really been having guests or visitors to come watch curling at the club, but now the risk is sufficiently low.
Sì, sto pensando
So if
alla
you want to
cubana.
have a nice day trip or a nice little weekend, come to Adelboden. It's awesome. And you can come and watch these top teams as well. Very accurate start from our young Swiss team. Really asking the questions of this more experienced Italian team already this morning.
Rama, Rama. Rama, Rama. Hey! Hey!
Of course, we learned that Rama, that's Sebastiano Ormans, that's his nickname. So you will hear them calling Rama very often. And two nice throws again there from Mattia Giovanella. He's picking up the place from long-time lead thrower for the Italian team, Simone Gonin. Simone, he is concentrating on mixed doubles for this season. And yeah, tough act to follow. Hugely reliable thrower for the Italian team, but Mattia Giovanella really hitting the ground running. This Italian team also played in Scotland last weekend, and they just demolished everybody. They went straight to the trophy, 6 games in a row. Didn't lose a game.
L'ho girata bene, ma non l'ha girata tantissimo. Sì, la vita giusta, sì. No, è vero.
The Italians in confident mood then.
Dodici e mezzo.
Wow, wow.
12 e mezzo. Lenta, 12 e mezzo. 13.
Giù, giù.
It's the Italians with last stone in this third end, and they do have 2 nice corner guards. Keeping stones lying around as well.
Stehen.
Ja.
Hey.
Ist gut.
Grippa.
Ja.
12 e
As
9.
we
Also
see
Heck ist auch gut.
Heck ist auch gut.
the team without
Also
last
12
stone, so that's
lang nicht
Schnider.
gerade so, wir können aber auch Heck spielen.
Ja, ist gut.
They are going to persist with playing
Super,
towards the
12
centre,
half.
and the Italians, they will be waiting for just a bit of a loose shot, maybe a half shot from the Swiss, and then they can start bringing those corner guards into play.
Ist gut, 12.
Wow. Tiep. Wow. Tiep. 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 Wow. Wow.
This is nice from
Curl.
Schnider. Lovely thrown by Neutraub.
Schöne.
Gut so. Gute Länge.
And this is keeping the Italians busy in the centre just now.
La mia la girare.
Wurde viel gemacht am Schluss, Dani.
And again, if you were at the club and you just played a lovely throw like that
14.
from Neutraub, I think that stone would be fairly safe. But no stone safe here. You can see, ooh, what? Maybe a third of that yellow stone.
11, 12.
Sì.
And Ramma will have a go at that one.
Hard. Hard.
Oh, poor Joel, sounding all croaky out there.
Hard, hard, hard. Okay.
Good effort from the Italians, but not quite finding enough of a roll there.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
So that read out in the open and giving Schnider's team the opportunity to hit and roll back towards the centre. They don't want the Italians to
Wow.
be able to play with their corner guards.
Wow. Achtung. Tiep. Tiep. Wow. Neu. Neu. Wow.
They certainly do have the roll. A bit unlucky to just catch that yellow on the way out.
Gut.
So that raid,
11-0.
yeah, a bit of a sigh of
Hohe Recke
frustration
drin gehabt, sorry.
from Schnider. Just that raid could become important later, still hanging around at the back there. And Joel indicating if we come in the anti-clockwise handle, we might just do exactly the same again. We might accidentally pop that yellow back onto the red.
Sì. Sì, così sì.
È vicino. Ok.
E giocare solo te, tipo, la sala dentro. E non star lì, 3/4.
Sicuro?
12?
This then the safer handle, the clockwise handle.
11 e mezzo! 11 e mezzo!
And about 11.5 seconds they're saying, so...
Hard, hard.
Oh, but this hasn't caught the curl at all, this stone. Wow, that stayed really straight.
Era. 11 e mezzo, 11.
Successful
Ja,
trap
das ist genau
from
Mitte 8
André
Fuß.
Schnider.
Können wir den ein bisschen tappen? Schwierig, hä?
Moll.
Finger rein.
My buddy John in New
Also
Zealand,
entweder der tappen so,
he's in the chat today. John and I often watch curling
oder
together.
da hinten.
Den Finger nicht gut auf die Seite.
Gut.
Da können wir nicht hinten
And
rein.
John knows that the Italians are one of my favourite teams.
Ist schon gut.
Also,
And
wenn er hinten 4 ist, können wir
says-
ganz verstecken.
Wir müssen ja
Shall I
nicht
be
da-
having drinks with them again
Ja,
tonight?
wir-
Well,
also wir nicht
hopefully
zwingen, nein.
not, in the sense that I
Wenn
hope that...
direkt.
There we are.
Gut, T-Line.
Proprio bella.
Hopefully we won't be having drinks with Italy tonight, because I hope that they shall be going to bed ready to play in a semi-final tomorrow. But maybe tomorrow evening.
Ja. Wow. Wow, nu Länge. Nu Länge. Wow. Achtung, jetzt kommt er.
We have our little
There's
pop-up
Stych,
back on the
Thomas
screen again,
Stych.
so if you want to say hi,
Wow dann.
show support for your favourite
Muss
team.
einfach second bleiben. Ganz verstecken. Ja.
We have our
ja.
cool little pop-ups back again.
Ja, noch ein. Okay.
Okay.
And that stone from Nicola Stoll, yeah, it's just slipped back a little bit, leaving space for Italy to follow it. But still good play from Schnider's team. They're not allowing the Italians to use those corner guards,
Linea buona.
keeping play towards the centre.
T-line!
Linea buona.
T-line! Forte, forte, forte.
Linea buona.
Forte.
Solo ramo.
This shot's got a little bit to curl as well.
Ok.
It was a very precise shot,
13:40.
and it was maybe
Rausgehen.
half a stone too heavy there. So by their own very high standards, the Italians will be slightly annoyed about that. You can see it just bounced off out into the open.
Rausgehen, hä? Ist wichtig. Nicht rein.
Per adesso. Per portarli tutti a
Sì, non sta vestendo su.
No, no, no.
Gell, zieh ein bisschen, oder?
Il tempo, se prima non è giocato bravo.
Sicher genug ist, Stoll, gell?
Piaceva Lina Lori.
Ja, ich habe das Gefühl, ja.
Aber er ist lieber für Spritz als Nase.
Devo
Nein, lieber für
We
Spritz
have
als
2
Nase.
draws left after this.
giocarlo.
All the teams play 4 games in the round robin. So this is everybody's, well, most people's 3rd game. There are 5 teams in the group.
Zieh! Zieh!
Then the top 8 teams will progress to quarterfinals this evening.
Wow.
Wow, wow. Zieh, zieh.
And Angie Schnider's stone also not quite
Okay.
finding the curl they wanted, although maybe they were aiming to curl, sorry, maybe they were aiming to roll away from the centre. So there is space on that same line for Italy.
Bereit geslidet?
Das bravo, sai.
Ja.
Schnider's team, though, really asking the questions of Italy.
Velocità line.
Again, if you were at the club and this was what you were looking at, this would be a pretty difficult situation. But for these top teams, that should be plenty of space. Joel getting in plenty of practice with his T-weight this morning.
Line.
Linea buona.
Oh. Linea ok. Linea ok. Vicino.
Vicina, vicina.
Vicino. Line. 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 Whoa. Yep. Yep.
And Mattia Giovanella, look at that, judging that line to the molecule. He was absolutely confident that he knew the line. Brave calling from him. You could see Mozana was bursting to sweep it. He didn't want it to catch on that yellow, but he has indeed swung that stone round behind everything just perfectly. Hard for us to tell which stone is currently shot. I guess it's that red just thrown by Joel. I think that's probably slightly closer to the 4 foot than that yellow. Definitely Andrew Schnider can just follow that stone, but we saw how precise that effort was from Italy. That red stone making it around the front yellow by a string of DNA, I think.
Oh, der Platz, Platz. Oh. Immer Tom. Immer Tom. Die ist gut. Wo sind wir? Jetzt könnt ihr ziehen.
The stone catching the curl now.
Kannst bis her, bis her. Ja, ziehen. Ziehen.
It's a super effort from Andrew Schnider. He doesn't quite make it to the red, but I don't think it needed to. Is there enough space then to pop that yellow out the side?
Sicuri da buttare via questa sopra. Il problema è che se la tocca qua.
Sprich ein bisschen aktiv als Zuschauer.
No, infatti.
The Italians looking, yeah, if we would throw more like just a normal takeout, I think it does catch that red on the way through, but the red also has a yellow behind it. So I think they're thinking that, yeah, the angles are just about set up nicely enough. That red with Joel through with his first stone will still be hanging around. So let's see. This could be quite a spectacular shot, viewers.
No, per forza.
It's yellow that's lying short, then we think that red is second.
Yep.
No, 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 no. Rama.
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 Rama, Rama, Rama. Rama. Hard.
Oh, golly.
Ma non c'è auto.
That finding that little port, in fact. And really nice shot there from Andrew Schnider, again, putting that pressure on the Italians. And it working, so that's definitely a steal of 1 yellow. Was it a steal of 2? I think it was just 1, but good stuff again from Schnider's team.
Bisogna accelerare un po'. Ben fatica come dinamica perché se non parlo è un po' un casino.
Is someone going to put up the score for us? Thank you, Neutral. It is a steal of 1 with that lovely last throw from Schnider. And that means that in our featured game here at World Curling Tour event in Adelboden, it is the young Swiss. It's Andrew Schnider's team leading Joe Retornaz of Italy 3 points to 1. They have their tactic, Schnider's team. It's really working for them, and I imagine we shall see more of the same.
Wow, 14-0.
Gut so, Tom. Tip top.
So recognising that
2 più.
they now have a cushion of 2 points, Schneider's team. There we are, the score 3 points to 1. Safe enough then to go straight into the house with their first stone. They realise that the Italians unlikely to simply remove that stone.
Come on.
That would be an easy shot for Mattia Giovanella to just simply remove that yellow just thrown by Tom Winkelhausen. And they don't do that because if you imagine 8 stones
3.
from Schnider in the house, 8 stones from Italy to just remove it, then the Italians would only end up with 1 point. So that's why they just ignore that stone just thrown by Tom Winkelhausen, even though it's not protected by free guard zone. The Italians just ignore that, and they do put up a corner guard,
Knapp 2.
thinking ahead to try to get 2.
Sehr knapp. Gerlei ab. Ziellänge. Gerlei ab. Ja, bringen. Hard. Bis auf 10, komm neu. Noch ein.
Always easier to put the stone in the house first and then put the guard in front of it, rather than a lot of times you have to do it the other way around. You have to put the guard up first and then bring a stone in behind it, but definitely easier if you can do it the other way around. So Italy has their corner guard there, but feeling like they'll maybe try to bring that into play later on in the end. At the moment, Schneider's team playing some nice stuff towards the centre, so Italy thinking, okay, we'll maybe get a few stones here in the centre, set up some angles, then throw a big weight and hopefully scatter the centre, bring the corner guards into play. And lovely weight from Mattia Giovanella, not quite finding the curl though.
Okay. 12.
And we have our friends from Asia Pacific region who are very loyal curling fans, even for the European teams. That's always nice to see. Appreciating good play from Schneider's team this morning. Or this evening, if you're in Asia Pac.
Achtung. Tia. Wow.
Even halb 12.
Wow. Achtung. Gerle. Gerle.
Curlen hard, curlen hard. Curlen hard.
Any roll.
Is gut.
Okay.
Strong start again. Nice throw from Noé Traub.
Even halb, Anni.
Heil 4, ja.
Sì.
Gut gespielt, Neu.
Gut. Hä?
Tredici e mezzo.
Wow. 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 Wow.
We shall see both of these teams
Wow. Wow. Wow.
in the quarterfinals anyway. Team Schnider and Team Retornaz. But both of these teams, I think, will have high expectations for this competition. The Italians, they won in Scotland last weekend. They beat 4 Scottish teams and 2 teams from the US on their way to the trophy.
Der tickt dann am Galen an und geht nicht ganz raus.
Good opportunity for Schneider's team this
Das
weekend as
Anticken
well.
spielt keine Rolle. Ich will einfach, dass der rausgeht. Darum 11. Siehst du gerade Edge to Edge, oder?
Also ich finde den Roll wichtig.
Ja, ich glaube eben nicht ganz. Aber machen wir einfach den Roll. Was sonst passiert, passiert. Nochmal so wie vorher. 12.
And greetings to another fan in Asia Pac region.
Gib es gleich ein.
In the next round, so that's at 2 o'clock European, we will be watching our Korean team. They're having a real strong competition. We will also be seeing them in the quarterfinals later on. And they will be playing Team Klima from Czech Republic. I think that will be a real tasty encounter. Both countries pretty close to an Olympic place.
Nog een steek.
Poor Andrew Schnider giving it his all, but not quite able to get rid of that red. And could this be an opportunity then for the Italians?
Nog sneller als voor.
They have that second red hanging around, currently out-counting the yellow on the left of our screen. And an opportunity now to play that controlled weight.
12, 11 e mezzo.
Wow.
Can they get a roll in behind cover here?
Siamo?
Giù. Bravo.
Nice effort from Sebastiano
Run.
Ramma,
Okay.
Arman.
Ta!
Okay,
Oder wird schnell?
ist egal.
Tom! Ja, bringen!
What's our objective for each team here in this fourth end? We're approaching halfway.
Ich muss immer curlen.
We play 8 ends in Adelboden.
Ich kann nicht, fast nicht zwischendurch.
And it is Schnider's young team who are currently 3 points to 1 ahead of the
9-7.
Italians. So Schnider's objective really for this fourth end, they don't need to score, they don't need to take risks at the moment, Schnider's team. They will just be interested in making sure that Italy don't have chances to score more than one. A bit of work to do then for the Swiss. The Italians currently lying 2.
9.
And Amos Mazzano being asked to put a third stone in.
Linea buona.
Solo.
Linea buona.
Sì, vai, Rama.
Linea buona.
8, solo 8. 8, 9, 9, 10.
Linea buona. No, vabbè. Mattia.
Oh, and he's making full use of the Bremstein, you say in German, the break stone.
Dann sind wir schon.
In Scotland, we would call that maybe a catcher. You would say there's a stone at the
Meer.
back that can catch
Ja,
a
schon,
stone
aber
if it's
wir
running too
sind
quickly.
Shooter.
Vabbè, in su, ho
provide
sbagliato, non è che
Also mit
dico
11.
8 quando la vedo
A
staffa.
break for the
Mit
stone in
11
German, it
geht
puts
der
the brakes on.
Doppelwille.
Okay. 11.
Pare che la tagliasci da metà campo. Sì. Vita di denaro perché guardavo su e niente, perché mi piace di più denaro.
Tee up. Oh,
Need to get some granite moving here then
Whoa.
for Schnider. They've had a real strong start in the first half of this game.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, a bit unlucky not to get a double, but look where that yellow's landed. Nice throwing again from Mikaela Stoll.
Heel 4.
Yeah, a few teams,
Ja,
again, on paper, that we might think
vor allem.
would be stronger than Schnider's team, but I think if we're going to have a surprise winner this weekend, I think it would be Andrew Schnider's team.
Rolla dentro, roll. Dentro, Mattia.
Nase, ja.
Kleine ist auch gut, hä?
Good work then from Schnider's team. That lovely throw from Mikaela Stoll, setting the trap. The Italians springing the trap, not managing to get rid of it, and that's good stuff. That means that they can now really neutralise a lot of the danger from the Italian counters in this fourth end.
Nein, wir werden Take-Out spielen. Ein bisschen in der Rolle ist gut. Dann ist der Doppel am schwierigsten. Hä? Ja, wir sind voraus, wir nicht hintergehen. Ja.
Not the same Korean team here in Adelboden that competed at the Olympic qualifier. It is the same Czech team, Team Klima. They competed at the Olympic qualifier in December last year, and they were the highest ranking team who didn't qualify for Olympics. Team Klima.
Achtung. Whoa.
but the Korean team's always
Oi.
a tough challenge, so I think we shall have a real fun game to watch in the next round.
Okay. 2-7.
Good throw from Schnider. Now, can the Italians somehow bring that red in the back?
Si vogliono pure
The
permetterne l'ero là
back
fuori.
ring? Can they bring that back into play?
Recht aktiv gefunden.
Qua o qua? Lei che le due velocità diverse.
We have Osako again in the chat. I know that Osako
Aber dann ist
10.
was watching a lot of the games from Baden.
gut, nein, ist gut.
10.
Another friend from Japan.
Ja.
10. Rolling man.
Ja, dann beginnt man halt nachlegen. Dann werden wir so oder so nachlegen, weil wir nicht kein Fisch.
Over in the other game, we have an all-Swiss encounter. We have Team Bangerter, whom we watched yesterday. We think Christian Bangerter is the only man in curling taller than Amos Mozaner on the right of your screen. And they are playing Jan Iseli's team from Solothurn. And that's 2 points each. So another tight game going on
Giù!
the other sheet.
Giù!
Seguilo. Ah, scusa.
Also wenn er das tickt, kann er
Not quite getting the roll there, Italy.
Auch schon gut.
Io non dico niente. Ah, so.
Ja, aber wenn wir rollen, dann hat er keine.
Schnider real nervous of the opportunity.
Ma poi un po' le opportunità le
Wenn wir nicht
That
Nase
Italy might
damit...
get two, so yeah, Schnider taking real care here.
Ich würde Nase...
If I say all they really need to do
der
is
kann das
just
auch nicht abspielen,
make
der
sure
muss er
they
legen.
get rid of this red and hang around.
Macht echt mehr Druck, wenn wir wieder rollen.
Ja,
Again, at the club, that would
Okay.
probably be enough. But at this level, if you leave any opportunity for a two,
Einfach Nase. Weil
These
wenn
guys
wir
have
rollen, hat er
the
genau
skill
den
to
Winkel,
take
dass
it.
er in einen Second könnte sticken. Und so muss er auch draw lassen.
Achtung! Oh, Tom! Tom, Wusch! Oh, ist gut, stimmt ab.
that's always
Nein, okay.
nice to hear from the vice skip is, yeah, it's good. And that is a nice shot from Schnider. Really as much separation of those yellows as possible. If your life depended on it, there is a double takeout. Mattia Giovanella having a good look at it.
Macht ein bisschen
Sì, però la controlla lì non sta bene. Sai velocità che ho appena giocato?
Ja.
No, ho appena giocato 10.
Jan? Okay.
Ich glaube schon, einfacher Calls. Einfacher Calls, wenn wir voraus sind.
Mi piace marcare uno? Un terzo. No, 10 io pensavo. Ok. Sì.
So worth a try. If you can get a nice across the house double, you will score 2 points and that will level the scores.
Yep. Oh, oh, yep.
Oh! Rama!
Yep.
Sounds close. Oh, makes contact with both of them. And a frustrated kick of the stone from the big guy there. And again, another strong end from Team Schnider. That is another steal of 1 point to them. And so at the halfway point then in our featured game, it is Team Schnider from Switzerland. They are leading Team Retornaz of Italy 4 points to 1.
Sì, era un terzo scascio.
Schöne.
Gut so.
We are halfway through our featured game here in Adelboden. And look at that score, viewer. The legendary Italian team, current world bronze medalists, Team Retornaz. They are on the end of a bit of an onslaught from Andrew Schnider's Swiss team this morning.
La linea buona.
Really precise,
Calma se
careful
vuoi.
play from the Swiss,
Calma se
asking the questions of Italy,
Calma.
not letting the Italians build points, not letting the Italians keep stones in play, and it's really working for them. Two big steals in ends 3 and 4. And I imagine we shall be seeing copy-paste in this end again for Schnider's team.
Richtig gut.
2 bis 3.
Warte. Görle, Görle.
Ja,
Richtig, kommt besser.
We have a few
Schauen,
of the real big teams here
Bis an
in
Zentner
Adelboden.
16
But I think if there's going to be
schauen.
more of a surprise winner this weekend, keep your eyes on Andrew Schnider's team, folks.
Sehr schön.
And there's Oliver in the chat there. He's cheering for Team Schnider.
Oh,
They could definitely pull a surprise here.
linea buona. Linea buona. Sempre giù. Linea buona. Linea buona.
We're very pleased with our new pop-up message technology, so if you'd like to pop up,
Da.
do feel welcome to join in. Tell us who you're cheering for this morning, who you're enjoying watching, or if maybe you have a question. We had some fun questions yesterday. And indeed, we're seeing a very similar start in this fifth end from both teams. The Italians putting up a double corner guard.
Wo dann?
Schneider playing towards the
Richtig ist gut.
centre.
Lieber warten.
Bis 3.
Lieber Görle.
Jetzt Führung, hä?
Görle.
Jetzt Gefühl ist gut, jetzt Gefühl ist gut. Er läuft recht lang.
Richtig ist gut. Richtig ist gut.
Ja, ja.
Wo, 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 wo. Gut so. Schöne.
That stone not touching the centre line, but that's on purpose. We are playing a no-tick rule here in Adelboden. These boys getting far too good at that tick shot.
Velocità 11. Metà. Sì.
But actually, there are 5 stones in play, so both free guard zone and no-tick rule are now over. So both of those guards can be moved around now, whether they're touching the centre line or not.
Hard. 11 e mezzo.
Sì. 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 Hard. Ok. 11,80.
Center line.
The Italians setting up the ends really nicely. They're getting their corner guards, they're getting those nice, just precise hit and rolls with that controlled weight. And it's credit to Schnider's team that they're not really making any mistakes here. You can only start bringing those corner guards into play. You can only really set yourself up to score 2
Sehr heavy.
if you get a couple of loose shots or a miss from Schnider's team. And Schnider's team not really making mistakes just now.
Nein, richtig gut.
Hat 12, hä?
Wow. Lila. Wow, wow,
Ja,
wow.
wer 3, 12, 12
Wow, wow,
sicher.
wow,
12 kommt dann.
Wow, 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 nicht tiefer. Sit. Okay.
And just replacing that guard out front, Schnider's team. You could hear Andrew Schnider telling that stone to just sit where it was. He doesn't want it too close to the yellow in the forefoot, otherwise this ginormous Italian middle order
9.
will just
Irgendwie.
spring the pair off them.
Han möglichst schwierig wollen machen.
2 terzi.
There's our buddy James from English Curling. Good morning, James.
Stich kürzer wäre perfekt.
Oh. Oh. Giù, 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 giù.
Ooh, he was close to
nehmen
the
noch
double,
keine
wasn't
Lehne.
he?
Nochmal.
You can see why Andrew Schnider was
Ja.
Vor und ein bisschen weiter raus.
asking that stone to just stop. You can see how close that was to being a double takeout.
Ja, darf ihn am besten.
Etwa hier, Finger rechts.
Noch gut, hä?
We've still got lots more curling to come. We shall see more of both of the teams there just now. Both of these teams already qualified for
Richtig
quarterfinals.
gut. Wow. Wow.
We have 2 more rounds of the round
Tom.
robin at 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock European time this afternoon.
Schauen.
The quarterfinals
Ja,
are at
ja.
9 o'clock
Ja.
European this
Hard.
evening.
Hard. Musst.
Nimm ihn.
Musst. Ja, ist gut. Ist gut. Ja, es geht noch wegen der Lücke neu. Darf nicht durchkommen. Ja, jetzt ist er dort, wo
And
wir wollen.
actually, that stone finding quite a nice place there. You can see Joel pulling a bit of a face at it. Indeed, it's you can't use that yellow just thrown by Nicola Stoll. Yeah, all you can really do is try to remove it. That yellow just goes straight back onto the red there.
Sì.
This is really excellent pressure from Schnider's team.
Ok. Sì, va bene. Ah. No, Guerran lungo, ma... Sì. Sì. No, poi non sai con che velocità giocare qua. No, Rama dice 2/3, la tocchi appena, la licchi dentro.
Yeah, they want to think about this, Italy. We're in the second half of the game now. And they don't really want to have to give up another steal here. We would call that, it looks like they're starting to get one to death. So you think, oh, okay, it's only 1 point. Oh, it's only 1 point. But after 2 or 3 ends of only 1 point, you suddenly find yourself a bit adrift in the score. So Italy, I think they really want to score something here in this 5th end, even if it's just 1. They just need to keep the scoreboard ticking over a bit. They don't really want to get any further behind. How's he got the angle right here, though? He has. Ooh, and that red's just going to hang on. That's a lovely throw from Amos Mazzana. And finally, that takes play away from the centre.
Onderwende direct.
Or does it?
So.
Schritt zur Aussentür.
Können wir auch, ich finde den einfacher.
Okay, ich nicht. Aber ich...
Willst du Soße rum?
Ja.
Gut.
Well, this is brave stuff from Schnider. That little red over on the left of our screen, that could become a problem for him later. But this is a brave call. The more aggressive throw, saying, well, you know what, we're just going to replace that stone here in centre.
Richtig gut. Tom! Tom!
And the risk, of course, is if they don't get this stone, then you're going to see Italy put a second stone in instead.
Hard!
But Nicola
Können wir
Stoll's
gleich
been
die ganze
having
Tag. Hard! Muss die Nachtfuß,
really
Jungs.
strong
Muss.
game this morning.
Noch li! Noch li!
And that is a big sweep from his sweepers there. Ooh. Close stuff. I think that yellow, hard to tell, but
11.
I think that yellow maybe just short just now. But hopefully not for long from Italian perspective.
12. Oh. Oh.
The big guy, one half of the Italian Olympic champions in mixed doubles. So he's quite used to seeing lots of stones in play, lots of guards out front. And he's played that perfectly. So now, now you're committed, Andrew Schnider. This better be good.
Ja, kommst du da noch?
Ja.
Ein bisschen knapp eins, gehst gut.
Sicher 11 draussen.
There is plenty of cover though, if you get any sort of roll towards the centre.
Sicher 11, der Roland.
Likely that you will be behind cover. Italy would love to pick up 2 in this end. That would make a huge difference to the score. If Italy could pick up 2, that would make the score 4-3. And that's quite a big difference versus 4-2.
Wow, wow, wow! Noi! Noi! Ja, bring that!
Ooh, this isn't rolling anywhere towards the centre though. That stone just hanging out there. We haven't played too many shots so wide on the sheet, and maybe just finding a new path there, a new patch of ice. And this was the danger of going aggressive for Schnider instead of just removing that stone with Nicola Stoll's second throw. Aggressive stones always high risk, high reward. Yeah, now Italy, they have the chance to do that. They've just watched the stone from Schnider. They'll maybe have learned something about how the ice is running out there, where it's a bit, maybe a bit fresher. We haven't thrown so many stones so wide on the sheet today. And if Italy make the hit and roll behind all that cover, Andrew Schnider could be looking at difficult throw with his last stone. But that's how they play Schnider's team, very fearless. Oh, good morning, Curling Hoot. That's Sue in Michigan. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you're up early for a Saturday.
China.
Oh.
China.
Yep. Whoa.
Hey.
Yep.
This looks better. This looks better. Oh, I hope they're not too late with the sweeping. Oh, they are though. That's an oopsie. Maybe Andrew Schnider's stone fooled them a little bit. That stone not catching the curl from Schnider, but Joel's stone there catching too much curl. And big opportunity for the Italians. Gone there. They'll be annoyed about that one.
Guarda la sua che la neva giù dritta.
Però sì,
totalmente diverso.
roll out e dopo la ciabatta piena. Quindi alla fine la gira. Questa fa la stessa roba.
Is nog gleich.
Sicuri queste devono ciabarle piene piuttosto. Con 10 puoi aspettarne che un po' le giri alla fine. Quindi devono piuttosto anticiparle.
Joel still sounding a bit croaky this morning. I hope that's not affecting his play too much. Sometimes it's quite nice actually if you've got a bit of a cold. It can be quite nice to be in the ice hall, and the nice cool air can make your head feel a bit less blocked up. This is nice from Schnider. He's really going to force the issue.
Whoa!
Okay.
That's run on past tee, but it's really buried.
Back line, esatto.
Ah. Ja, schade. Meter. Ich denke, das ist schnell.
This was a better end for Italy, but they didn't manage to take that opportunity with their previous throw.
Appena più.
They had the whole house more or less to roll to. They'll be really annoyed about that one, but they do still have an opportunity here with last stone in the fifth end.
3-8.
And it would make a big difference to this game if the Italians can put a 2 on the board. Big shot for Joel Retornaz.
Clean. Clean. Clean.
This is what he's here for. He expects to
Whoa, whoa.
throw difficult
Whoa.
stones.
Clean. Rama. Whoa, line, line. Line. Whoa, Rama, Rama, Rama.
Really precise stuff.
Sì, Rama.
Precise calls from Mattia Giovanella. And a big sweep from him. Certainly one red. Everyone having a look. They couldn't throw too much weight at that was the problem. Otherwise they wouldn't have got enough curl.
Yeah.
So definitely one.
I think yellow's better.
Nicola Stoll, he thinks it's the yellow.
Yellow.
And it is.
La grippa.
So it is a score. But just the one for the Italians. A lot of work in that end. And they'll be disappointed with that. They'll feel that they really should have put 2 on the board in that end. So a score of 1 to the Italians. That means it is still Team Schnider from Switzerland leading Team Retornaz of Italy. 4 points to 2.
Wenn er immer so schwierig hat, dann irgendwann kommt er nicht perfekt. Genau. Dahinter, gell?
Ja. Martel.
Guarda che center. O la prima e poi un bel freeze.
Tre.
We're starting the 6th end, often a decisive end. The 6th end here at the 3rd edition of the Men's International at Adelboden. This is the 2nd of the events in Europe in the World Curling Tour. The Italians would come into this event pretty confident. They were in Scotland last week and they won 6 games out of 6. Trophy, please. They won the European Super Series event in Scotland last weekend. They beat 4 Scottish teams and 2 American teams. They would come in with high hopes for this competition, but not having it all their own way this morning.
Immer noch. Richtig gut. Richtig gut.
As Clock points out, I think I agree that too many half shots by the Italians, not as precise as they normally are. That's also credit to Schneider's team, who are really asking the question of the Italians. Really, really nice, precise shot placement from Schneider's team. But yeah, the Italians not making their shots as they typically do. And starting to run out of ends, so I think this 6th end, I think we'll definitely see stones in play here. The aggressive tactic works well for Schneider's team, really fearless players. And I think we'll see plenty of shots in play here and could be decisive for the game this 6th end.
Da kommen wir am Galo. Wenn dann das, aber da ist über den Pile im Weg. Das ist der Beste. Ja, jetzt schon noch, ja.
Ja, dann was ich noch.
Ich finde ihn aber sowieso auch gut.
Okay, hat er da kein Doppel nehmen?
Moll, aber soll er spielen?
Okay. Also. Das ist schon gut.
11.
And again, just that slight misplacement of the stones from Italy, giving Schneider's team a chance to tidy up here.
Achtung. Ja, ist gut. Zieh! Zieh ab! Hart, zieh! Nein.
Oh, they didn't seem too happy with that, but I think that's found a pretty good spot. Although it is now, it's Schneider's team who have last stone. They may be thinking that they don't really want play only towards the centre. That could give Italy the chance to steal an end here. And actually important for Italy that they would want to steal this 6th end. It's 4 points to 2 and 3 ends left, including this one. A steal for Italy would be quite a big deal in this game.
Linea buona. Linea buona. Linea buona. Linea buona. Linea buona. Finish. Bomba.
Ramma being asked to go around the back of everything. This looks pretty nice.
Okay.
Super effort from the Italians there. They would have wanted to keep that moving just a little bit further.
Okay. 12.
Opportunity for Neutral with that controlled weight. They need this stone to curl a little bit. And it is curling. Have they judged it correctly? It does catch that front yellow, but the stone's close enough together that he does spring that red out of trouble. Oh, Sacco thinking that some of the Italian boys would make good knights of the knights of the round table, like from King Arthur in olden days. I agree with you, Sacco. I think I would feel pretty safe if I had those big Italian boys guarding me. The Italians then really need to stick to the aggressive stuff from here. They still need to make up a couple points in this game. We play 8 ends. And if the scores are tied, we will play an extra end. And that's nice from Ramma.
Single.
Yeah.
And Schnider deciding, okay, he doesn't want to take the risk of Italy controlling this centre area. He's plus 2 points, Andrew Schnider. I think this is a good decision. That guard out front not helping them at all. And Neutral being asked to remove that. That's always nice to hear before the stone even connects that, yeah, it's good.
Der erste Mal auch müssen wischen. Vom Tor. Genau staggered gewesen nachher.
Gut, den hat schon wie einen Feldsteg gehabt, man schon ein bisschen besser können. Due!
Linea buona. Linea.
In contrast, we shall see the much more precise shots from the Italians. Just replacing that guard. That maybe looks like a strange idea when there are 2 yellows there in that 4-foot circle and Italy kindly guarding them, but that's not really what's going on. Italy are putting up that guard with the idea of removing those yellows.
Bisschen, ja. Ist jetzt aber auch nur 7, 8, weißt du?
Die Line. Anche così, se prendi questa, ok.
But at some point, Italy, if they want to steal this end, and they definitely do, at some point they do have to do something about those yellows. And sounds like Joel indicating, again, just that controlled weight. What we don't really need those two yellows in the forefoot. We don't need them to disappear. And actually, it favours Italy if we just keep those yellows hanging around, but more like at the back line.
Oh.
10.
Wow. Rama. Rama.
Sì, Rama, che non è male, eh. Sì, sì, sì.
Another big sweep from Rama.
Sì che arriva, sì che arriva.
Trying to catch the curl. That stone just being a little bit straight. And switching things up, not really helping that stone. If Italy had last stone, that could have been quite a nice effort, but yeah, it's Schnider who has last stone in the sixth end. So he won't worry too much about all those reds hanging around. Our Japanese friend in the chat saying Mr. Amos is very tall, and to Japanese people, he does look especially tall. And I must tell you, I'm not tiny myself. I'm bigger than most women, and indeed, yeah, Amos towers over all of us. As his teammates say, Sebastiano, Rama, Arman, and Mattia and Joel, they're not tiny either, but yeah, Amos is a giant of a man.
Und das wird er machen.
Für mich ist es
zwei
Scoren
hinten.
wichtig. Das heisst, 4 Fuß breit behalten. Und wenn er hierher legt, wird es, glaube ich, schwierig für uns zu scoren. Oder am schwierigsten.
Schneider's team really thinking about this. They have last stone in this sixth end.
Für uns ist eigentlich so gut.
Wieso nicht?
And if Schneider's team, even if they just score one here, they already have a cushion of 2 points. The score is 4-2. So even if Schneider's team score 1 point here, that would make the score 5-2 with 2 ends to play.
Da finde ich gut.
And that puts them in a good position. So again, they don't need to take too many risks here in this sixth end. And they're just discussing, okay, if we would put another stone in here. They just want to keep Italy busy. They don't want to give the Italians the chance to make a steal here. So we won't see Schneider's team putting out any guards. They don't need to.
Schön dranbleiben, es kann jetzt schon ein bisschen hocken langsam. Gut.
So decisions made. Nicola Stoll,
Wow, Schwein draussen!
I think, just putting another stone in there. And I hope they've discussed
Richtig ist gut, ja.
whether or not this could leave some kind of huge triple takeout for the big guy.
Neu dranbleiben. Ja. Gut.
So I think that's pretty much what they said they were going to do.
13-9, das sollte länger sein.
But is there a shot to move all of those yellows now? So everyone coming up to have a look at this now.
Ja, er ist abgekocht, aber im Fall. Der 13-9.
Ma che piena anche c'ha dentro questa, vabbè che sta lì. Anche 3/4 alta, arrivano qua.
Our Japanese friends appreciating the nice red hoodies of the Italians. They do look very smart, don't they?
No.
Trentino's their
No, poi
region in Italy, up in the north.
restano
Of course, Italians
i
famous
3/4
for
alta che ne mettiamo
always
qua.
being very well dressed. When we think of Italy, we
Il
think of
tifo.
stylish people,
Rispetto a
and
qua.
this Italian team certainly maintaining that reputation with their nice, smart uniforms.
No, sarebbe bello se la restasse tipo un po' stagger.
Sì, esatto. Quello che dico 7 ottavi, 3/4.
Questa non la scampa mica tanto, credo come se tu fai.
Sì, sì, call out. col PIL la va. Anche a Pina.
Definitely, Joel can remove potentially all of these stones, but as we said, it's Schnider who has last stone in the 6th end, and all he will be concerned about is if he can score 1 point with his last stone. They've already put a 2 on the board and a couple of steals, and that's built them a cushion of 2 points here in the 6th end. The score is 4 points to 2. So Schnider, he might not even mind, even if Italy can move everything here.
Whoa, whoa!
Sì, sì.
And certainly moving a whole bunch of stuff. Clearing out the immediate danger, but if you're Italy, still tough to see how Italy might be able to steal this end. So this is clever play from Schnider's team.
Nose. Era nose così, eh?
Sì, sì, sì. Licht raus.
Questa ti ottava.
Cesar in the chat wanting to see the Italians here dropping a bomb on that, and certainly getting everything moving. But a bit of work to do. I think it will be a big discussion over the Italians' last shot to see how they could try to steal a point in this 6th end. First things first, Andrei Schnider needs to remove that red just thrown by Joel Retornaz,
Yep! Hard! Hard!
which he does.
Perché
Het is jetzt weit, hè?
And everyone
la gialla.
coming up for a powwow for this one.
No, dove piccola no.
Ist ein schnell. Hä? Ja, ist schnell.
But they definitely don't want the Italians. They do not want any possibility of scoring 2 yellows here. That would make the game very, very difficult.
Qualsiasi parte della gialla la va su quelle lì, la resta peggiore della rossa.
And those 2 yellows over on the right of our screen, could they be dangerous? Mercier just doing that thing where you just sweep the path that you want the stones to travel. I think it just makes people feel better, makes them feel fully prepared. So hopefully another Italian bomb coming.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
And super shot from Joel Retornaz. Great throw from him. I think he does throw that nicely enough. I don't think there's a shot for 2 points here. So that was the immediate danger neutralized. Really good stuff from them. If the Italians had given up 2 points here, I think the game would be starting to get away from them. I think that might be too big of a margin to pull back. So they've made sure that no opportunity for 2 for Andrei Schnider. But nevertheless, another good end from Schnider's team. They already have a cushion of 2 points. And a nice shot here from Schnider. They're going to make that 3.
Whoa. Fish.
Whoa!
Whoa. Whoa. Oh no, no.
And no trouble for Andrei Schnider. It is 1 yellow. So well played from both teams there. The Italians making sure that Schnider's team couldn't score 2, but because Schnider's team already had that little cushion, Schnider's team quite happy to just make sure secure that 1 point. So after 6 ends, then it is still Andrew Schnider's team. They are leading Joe Retornaz's team 5 points to 2. A lot of love for Joe Retornaz's team here in the chat and here in TV corner. But it is Schnider's team who have just carefully been keeping the scoreboard ticking over. It is Schnider's team who are 5 points to 2 ahead. We are in the 7th end of our featured game in the World Curling Tour event in Adelboden. And advantage Schnider at the moment. It is Italy who have last stone in the 7th end.
Also, ist recht gut eingestellt. Aber der ist gut im Griff.
But plenty work to do for the Italians to get back into this game. That's not the right energy, Joel. We need to concentrate.
Anwischen, wenn es geht. Ist recht gut.
We will be seeing both of these teams later in the competition. They both have 2 wins already. They're both already qualified for quarterfinals.
Wo dann? Ist close, wenn er gut ist. Ja, kommt vorbei.
But keeping that winning momentum, that's worth a lot. And both teams would love to have the win over a big rival here. The Italians, they definitely have the shots to get out of this situation. They can do it. But Schnider's team really brought their best curling this morning. They're not making many mistakes, Andrew Schnider's team. Nice setup again from Mattia Giovanella. Really making a great start as full-time player in this team. Long-time alternate with the Italian boys is Mattia, and from this season, full-time thrower. Simona Gonin, previous full-time lead thrower. He's focusing on mixed doubles for this season.
Dann zieh er richtig gut. Hat genug Platz.
And Noe Traub, a new addition
Wow, ist close.
in Schnider's team.
Wow, dann.
Traub was skip of the team last year, and a good team they had. They were picking up some nice wins.
Okay, gut gespielt.
But Traub's team scattering in many different directions and ending up in various different of the men's teams now, but a good signing for Schnider's team.
11.
The Italians then, they will go all out to try to score at least 2 points here in the 7th end.
Hard.
And a nice roll to the left. Perfect setup. Good stone from Ramma.
Also der Zweit läuft vielleicht da
Fist
rein,
bump
aber
from
spielt keine
Amos.
Rolle.
That's just perfect.
So,
That's exactly what they needed to put a 2 on the board here in the 7th end. We play 8 ends in Adelboden. If the scores are tied after 8 ends, we will play an extra.
Whoa. Whoa. Tia! Whoa! Nimm den.
Gut so.
And good throw from Noetal, but as you can see, that left a corner guard, his own shooter, spun across to the other side of the centre line, and that's a guard that Italy can use, and I think they're going to. Same again then for Ramma. Looks like the sweepers think he needs a bit of help with the weight.
Giù a bomba.
No, lasciando te.
And looks like it's just level with his first shot. Super stones from Sebastiano Arman.
We kunnen einfach den.
4 out of 4, 100% for Italy so far in the 7th end. That's what they need. Yeah, this is wise. Just hit the open one, Angie. You keep your life simple just now.
Whoa! Tia! Tia! Musst ganz weg! Hard! Tia!
Oh golly, this one's really caught the curl. Has it caught enough of that red? Oh boy, that's living very dangerously. Crikey. Thank you, sweepers.
Undici.
11 second stone being called for the Italians. Again, we don't need a huge weight here. It's as important where this red stone ends up. We can't afford this red stone to roll out.
Linea. 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 Oh.
Everybody having a good giggle at Joel squeaking away at the back there. Poor Joel. But that's a lovely throw from Amos, as you can see. That's exactly where they wanted that red. It's locked on that yellow behind. 5 out of 5 for Italy.
11. 11 oder 12 sogar. Ja, ist eigentlich gleich. Willst du 12? Ja. Gut.
12 second stone being called for the Swiss. Similar idea to what they've just seen from Italy. They know they're going to just pop their own yellow to the back line, but they want this yellow that's just coming. They want that to really lock onto the red. But they've misjudged the line. And Schnider, fearless player, he's not afraid to call the aggressive stone, but then you really have to back that up. Otherwise, you do give Italy a bit of a chance to start building here.
10.
Over on the other game, we have the all-Swiss affair. We have Christian Bangerter playing Jan Iseli's team, and it is Iseli's team who are 6-3 ahead. Good throw from Amos Mazaner. Good separation on those reds. That looks pretty flat from where we are.
Ja, ich frage mich, ob wir den Doppel spielen können.
This is nice build-up play from the Italians.
Difficile, Poi, meglio se ne
Schnider
prova,
needs
che
a really
magari
precise
lo
shot now.
Quella lì che gara a scuola ITA Adelboden.
No, quella no.
Ah sì, questa.
Sì, no. Che la guardia anche. Ma devi avere la velocità giusta.
3/4.
Ja.
Yeah, which way do you do it? Do you go to for the stone in the centre and hit and roll away from the centre, or you can come on the anti-clockwise handle and you're hitting and rolling towards the centre, but either way he wants to be behind cover.
Che errore però. Come? Che errore può del fare, che ne va bene a noi.
Innenrollen. Das ist Zeit 11, aber das kann ich nicht.
Sì.
Ja. Ich sehe nur 3/4.
12.
12.
Gioca a 12.
Ja. Licht innenrollen ist gut.
Skip stones in our featured game in Adelboden. First throw of the 7th end for Andrew Schnider. They are leading Retornaz's team from Italy 5 points to 2. But as you can see, quite a few Italian stones hanging around here. Now it's caught the curl. Oh, and it's caught too much of a curl. Oh boy. Yeah, for me that was the more difficult way of making that shot.
È vero che questa si ingartia qua.
On the anti-clockwise handle, I wonder if
Sì, anche
going for the
questa
stone on the
non è
centre
bella.
and rolling away from centre, would that have been a bit easier? Because now
No,
Andrew
Jeong
Schnider
qua.
is going to face
Ma qua resta dietro la guardia.
probably 4 Italian stones.
È perché dicevo, se noi giochiamo qua e che lasciamo questa qua, la doppia guardia dopo.
No, chi in mezzo, no? Non è che fai Lorenzo De Tre? Ti metti qua? Ah, no, qua davanti?
E se noi guardiamo questa, cioè o con un pont qua.
The Italians discussing, where do we want to put this next stone? How can we make it
Non ga luce.
as difficult as possible for Schnider to remove
Non ga luce.
stones? How can we give ourselves the best chance to score as many as possible here?
Gioca il triple magari.
So they'll be saying to themselves, if we put a stone here, what will Schnider
Sì,
do?
però non una tripla.
Not only thinking about this stone, they'll be saying, okay, if we play here,
Migliore di quelle.
then Schnider has to play like so, and then with our last stone at the end, we will play like so. Points, please.
Penso che sia lì il tiro.
Anche a pari altezza, fino a tirare non è.
L'importante è essere il migliore di quelli due lì.
Sì, sì.
Fille più.
Sì, appunto, la mia guardia, però tirare giù a manetta,
No, resta tirare il bianco quasi,
Basta essere qua,
Decision is made. It sounds like they're going to put a red over on the left of our screen. And again, what that does is just keep all those reds far away from each
No.
other. They know that Schnider is going to try to remove as many as he can.
L'importante è essere esterni alle altre due rosse.
But if you have the red over on the left of our screen towards the wings over there, probably they are reckoning Schnider will have to play the double on the 2 red stones at the centre. And then hopefully Italy will still have a red on the left and a red on the right.
Vieni ok. Vieni ok.
Vieni buono.
Vieni buona. Vieni buona. Vieni buona. Non serve che giri, mai giù.
Huge opportunity for Italy then.
Mai giù. Qui 14:30.
The sweeper standing close, but don't really want to sweep it. I think it's fine by itself. Excellent throw from Joe Retornaz.
Der Doppel. Können wir dann da anrollen oder so?
Das glaube ich schon, ja. Aber es
Mal.
bringt schon etwas.
Oder das.
Da finde ich etwas sehr heiß. Wenn ich da hier mit dem 10 da hast
Müssen wir nicht schneller.
du,
I mean, to be honest, even if Schnider gives up 3 here, scores would be tied, but Schnider will have last stone. So I think he needs to make sure of the double. I don't think he needs to be too cute here. It looked like he was talking about a hit and roll. Not necessarily the double, but I think yeah, you need to make sure you get the double here, Angie. And then even if you lose a big 3, you will still have last stone in an 8th end.
Ma questa non è la tua. La tua poi te la ridago.
Wow! Achtung! Wow! Noe! Noe! Moes! Noe! Hi!
Boy, he hasn't got the double though.
Io domando a loro che magari anche Stych, penso,
And after 6 ends of delightful play,
Che tracco, Leo?
Schnider's team coming apart a little bit in the 7th end.
Come prima.
Stesso track.
Sì.
Andiamo poi di ghiaccio.
The temptation is to play towards the centre, but yeah, Joel's again basically got the whole house to play to. He's just played this exact throw. He can use that first stone that he threw to play against if he needs it. I think this makes sense.
Non è male. Clean, clean.
Always clean, yeah.
Clean.
We certainly don't want anything
Dai che devo colpire
picking up here.
Clean.
Everybody seems fairly happy with it. The sweeper's just staying close. And count those reds, viewers. 1, 2, 3, 4 reds. What an end for Italy. It's coming Rome, says Cesar. Indeed. So huge end for Italy there. What a comeback from them. That is a huge score of 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And after 7 ends then, for the first time in the game, it is the the first time since the first end, it is the Italians who lead over André Schnider of Switzerland, 6 points to 5.
Sicuro. Per rubare anche. No, sicuro. La prima bella vicina.
So, Mattia Giovanella leading us off in the 8th end here in Adelboden. Everyone's still recovering from huge turnaround in that 7th end. The Italians were not quite as consistent as we're used to seeing them in the first part of this game, but goodness me, they picked themselves up in that 7th end. 8 perfect stones out of 8. Just a couple of looser shots from André Schnider.
Gute Nacht. Wie? Soft feeling.
It is the Italians who are now 6 points to 5 ahead.
Ja,
Well, a little mistake there with Mattia Giovanella's first stone. We are playing a no-tick rule here in Adelboden, so if that red had been touching, the centre line, we would be not allowed to tick that shot, but because that red is just a little bit off that centre line, André Schnider calling for a tick shot here, and he just wants to move it, and you can see Rama standing by, but that's perfectly done.
Okay.
Super shot from Tom Wilkenhausen, really giving his team a big boost in this 8th end. A lot of love in the chat for that huge end for Italy in the 7th, a huge score of 4. Sendai in the chat, also joining, looks like from Asia Pacific. Good evening. We are set up for an exciting finish here in Adelboden. Joe Retornaz's Italian rink, they lead Andrew Schnider's Swiss team 6 points to 5. It is Schnider who has last stone in this 8th end. If scores are tied, we will play an extra end. We need a winner.
Sì, perché non può avere sempre il range di tanto così, lo sta sempre le gambe.
Vorne 12 vor 8. Richtig gut. Okay, Länge. Richtig gut. Wow. Wow, lauf draussen.
Bis vor der 4.
Dinge 4, die Länge. Tier? Ja. Tier?
Good throws there. 2 really nice shots from Tom Winkelhausen for Team Schnider. We know the objective for Team Schnider in this 8th end. They would love to win the game from here. If they can give themselves a chance at 2 points, they can win the game outright, but they need to take care that they can still score 1 point, Andrew Schnider's team, and make sure they could take this game to an extra end. That's their objective, and objective for Italy is the reverse. And best way to do that is to get to the centre first. Sendai also appreciating the nice red uniforms of the Italian team. Yes, we think the Italian boys looking particularly sharp this morning. And Rama having a super game out there this morning and continuing. Really nice play there. That red not lying shot, but importantly that red in behind cover. And with that yellow behind it. And that's a red that Italy can use later on. Italy quite happy to have stones out front. That's how they would put pressure on Schnider's final throw. And Schnider realising that and asking Noé Traub to just remove that centre guard. Free guard zone is over. No tick zone is over.
Okay.
And this is smart thinking from Italy. They could just throw a guard. That's probably the easier way to do this, actually, to get an accurate hit and roll. That's quite difficult, but I'm sure what Joel is thinking is he also doesn't want yellows lying around. Remember, one of the objectives for Italy is that they don't want to let Schnider even have a chance to make 2 points. Italy then trying to do 2 things with 1 stone. They want to remove that yellow so that it doesn't become a problem later and roll towards the centre. And not quite getting to the centre, but making a real positive difference there.
Direct draw. Okay. Good. Vorne 4 is good.
We shall need clear thinking heads out there. And again, Schnider, he doesn't want to get dragged into playing towards the centre. He's asking to go around that corner guard.
Dan gaan we out daar spelen. 11. Speel, ja. Was du dich sicherer fühlst, beides gut. 11.
So Schnider's team thinking the same. They can do 2 things at once here. They can move that red, that dangerous red, from the front of the 4-foot circle and also roll behind corner guard. Important
Aber
is
rüber.
they want a second yellow behind that corner guard. That's how they're going to get point number
Elf.
2.
Okay.
And then they can work on the centre. And with last stone, get point number 1. Yeah, one of our Japanese friends saying this installment is very important. It really is. We need good decisions here from both teams.
Whoa.
Schnider wanting to
Whoa.
score 2, but needs to be able to
Dolly.
score 1 at least. And the Italians wanting to make sure that for sure Schnider can't score 2, and that's a mistake now from Schnider. That was the danger of the hit and roll rather than just going in behind cover. The easier stone was just to play T-line, go in behind that corner guard. And we could see the risk of the hit and roll there. That was the more difficult way of doing it. He did remove a red, but they rolled out themselves. And a 2 looking a bit less likely all of a sudden.
Wow. Wow. Sì.
And no yellows left in the house now. Good stuff from Italy. Still a dangerous corner guard though. And Schnider has to try to use that. That's the most likely way he will get a mistake from Italy. If Schnider's team are ever going to score 2 points, they need a mistake from Italy. And the best way to try to do that is to hide a stone in behind that corner guard. Big throw coming up for Nicola Stoll. Can he really bury a stone in behind that guard?
He's close. Tier. Tier. Whoa.
He certainly can. That's good work from Nicola Stoll.
Però qua non so quanto gira.
Ja, ich möchte mich nicht schnell.
Ok. Dici quello che vuoi.
Se noi c'è per mezzo, magari non capiamo un secondo. La guardia. Prendi della guardia.
Se no giochiamo il punto. 8.
Making the Italians think now, Nicola Stoll. Really good stone from him.
Sì.
And it sounds like they were calling for an 8-second stone from the big guy. Moving at quite a pace. And removing that dangerous guard, but as we can see, that yellow now still hanging around.
Elf.
Really nice throw from Nicola Stoll's previous stone. Can he back that up and really give his team a big chance to finish this game here?
Hard.
Essential that this yellow hangs around.
Hard.
The sweepers doing everything they can to try to hang on to that yellow.
Se non è la doppia.
11-4.
Sì, è che se non avanza in cotti.
And advantage Schnider. They are lying 2 yellows.
No, non giocarla.
Ja, wunderen. So durchgehalten hat.
We have 4 stones left. 2 for Italy, 2 for the Swiss.
2 terzi, non so neanche da fare.
Metà? Metà? 6 schini, sì.
As
Se non
long
vai
as
la doppia
Schneider's team
siamo fritti.
try to keep separation between those yellows, that you can definitely make a double takeout here, but not easy. The further apart those stones are, the harder it is to make a double takeout.
Sì.
Looks like though Joel going for the takeout here, and if he makes it,
Bene ai più.
that would make it very unlikely that Schneider's team could score 2.
Yep. Hi. Oh.
I don't think he's made the double though, just the one.
Shot.
So still 3 big stones to come here. Joe Retornaz
Een licht tussen. Ja.
will have one more go at a double takeout to try to make sure that Schneider cannot win the game from here.
Du hast heel viel gehabt.
Per la serata da sola.
Licht tussen.
Sendai asking
Nein.
where's the hometown of the Italian team.
Not
They
so
are all from the northeast of Italy.
Ja.
Very close to where next Olympics will be. Next Winter Olympics will be in Milano and Cortina. So Milano's the city and Cortina is up in the mountains, and all of the Italian boys are from that area, the northeast of Italy.
Whoa!
Big throw for Andrew Schnider. This yellow also has to hang around.
Okay.
Oh, 2 volte, sempre lì. Ancora metà.
Ist ein bisschen kurz, oder?
Now, what do you do? 2 stones to come. Last stone coming for Italy. One more shot for Andrew Schneider. If Joel Retornaz can make this double takeout, guarantees that Schneider cannot win the game in this 8th end, and likely we will go to an extra end. That's the idea. So if you're an Italian fan, say a little prayer to the curling gods.
Whoa. Joe.
And he's got it. Take that, Andrew Schneider.
Sì.
Ooh, what a huge shot that was. If that had gone wrong, it could have been Schneider throwing for 2.
No, ma il so.
So a huge shot from
Confermi su quel che so.
the legendary Joel Retornaz, who has been around forever. And that's what he's there for, to get his team out of trouble. Andrew Schneider then needs to touch the 8 foot, and we will be going to an extra end.
Richtig ist gut.
The sweeper is just making sure.
Hard!
That red at the back, waiting to steal the game if this shot would go wrong, but no trouble for Schneider, and we will be going to an extra end. So what a fight back from the Italians. After a bit of a slow start, not as precise as we're used to seeing, and real strong stuff from Schneider's team.
Aber schon gut. Zweimal Center
We
rein
finally
können.
end up after 8 ends. It is 6 points each. We will be going to an extra end.
Ti cansano. Loro in appunitico soft qua.
Il tuo, se veniva bene, era buono. È facile, anche a me la somigliava l'avevate prima,
Stry!
Era un po' secca anche, era 10:40 alla fine. Cioè parla tanto di là, era
So, what a final couple of ends we've had here. We're at the World Curling Tour
Richtig gut!
invitation here in Adelboden. It's the 3rd year of this competition.
Hard! Zieh! Over and off. Wo ist aber drüber?
And look at that for a scoreboard. You can see Andrew Schneider's battling Swiss team
Gut so.
playing really nicely all game, to be honest. The Italians were the ones really just not quite precise with their shots, but golly, they really tightened up their play in that 7th end, putting a huge score of 4 on the board. Played really tight stuff in the 8th end, not letting Schnider even have a chance to score 2. And here we are in an extra end.
Linea buona.
Not only that, it is Italy who have last stone in this extra end.
Spazio. E mezzo. Rama.
That yellow from Tom Winkelhausen, protected by the no-tick rule as well as free guard zone.
Dirò.
The Italians not allowed to move that stone, even by mistake.
Strych,
Objectives for this extra end, pretty straightforward. Everybody wants to score something.
Richtig gut.
Let's see if André Schnider can make good use of this no-tick rule. If he can get 2 stones touching that centre line, the Italians not allowed to move them off the centre line until free guard zone is finished.
Freeze, wanneer je goed.
Un quarto. Pil. Clean. Sì.
Yep. Clean.
That second throw from Tom Winkelhausen not protected by free guard zone. So Sebastiano Arman already able to just... Sorry, Mattia Giovanella already able to just remove that.
Richtig gut. Dat is recht gut. Richtig auch. Müssen wir freeze, ne? Stoli.
I think Schnider had to really have good courage there, and maybe should have put up a second guard with Tom Winkelhausen's shot. So he does have, I think that stone's touching. We were wondering a couple of weeks ago in Bad, and we were wondering what happens if there's a dispute about whether the stone is touching the centre line, but doesn't matter anymore. Free guard zone and no tick rule are over.
Clean.
And we will see the Italians
Normaal
just
Strych.
not quite hitting for home, but we will see them just hitting to make space. Joel Retornaz will already be expecting to throw to the 4-foot with his final throw.
Whoa.
That's what he's there for.
And freeze.
And
Richtig gut für freeze. Whoa.
Land of the Giants, the middle order of the Italian team. They will simply be trying to give Joel as much space as they can for his final throw. Meanwhile, André Schnider, well aware that's what's going on. He doesn't want to give Joel good space.
Net grond slecht. Ja.
Cesar, he's cheering for the Italian team.
Wow.
He's pretty happy to see this turnaround.
Clean.
And no trouble for Rama to remove that final guard.
Zwei is goed.
Ja. We don't need out.
Cesar has a request to say a particular word, but I'm not sure if it's rude. So I will check with the Italian boys, and maybe in the next game.
Richtig gut.
Finish goed.
Whoa.
Finish goed. En dan hebben we er nog niet.
Tom.
Kom mit.
Ja.
Liggen bis 2.
Bring Tom.
Moest nog niet.
Okay, dan is goed.
That's
Good
little
job.
Mai.
Schön,
She's from the Moomins in the avatar there, but I think that's one of our Asia Pac friends appreciating this bonus curling in the extra end.
Normal.
And as we thought, the ginormous Italian middle order just removing as much stones as they can, making as much space as possible for Joel's final throw. It's still the red that's closest to the centre, so Andrew Schnider still putting up guards, but at some point he has to do something about that red.
Wow. Wow dann. Weg dann. Wenn du noch kannst, Tom, dann nicht. Dann nicht. Dann nicht. Gut so.
I think that will be then the last attempt at a guard that we see from Schnider's team.
Tre quarti. Solo pin se no, eh. Singola va bene. Penso di sì, no?
Sì, piace.
Ja. Dann wir können so tappen, dass er doppelt immer jammt und wenn er
La rossa.
wenn er ihn bringt, haben wir nochmal
So same again, please.
auf der roten.
Another bomb from Amos Mazzana. They don't need to be too clever here, the Italians. They know that Schnider has to do something about that red, so they don't need to go for a big run back, something complicated that might leave still stones out front. They just want a straight peel with Mazzana's stone there.
Anche il fish.
Du nicht.
Sì, anche il fish. Step. Ho bocciata sulla sua, la resta sempre fuori dal forefoot e poi nel forefoot. Mai.
Ich glaube, wir können es besser machen.
We have skip stones to come in this extra end of this intriguing
Wenn er
clash.
da tappen, dann sind
Andrew
die zwei
Schnider's
geil
team
eingestellt auf den.
playing strong
Wenn er
throughout.
trotzdem wegbringt, können wir noch darauf wechseln.
Fermi, non entrai mai.
The Italians having a bit of a slow start, to be honest, not as precise as we normally see them. Just having a couple of half shots in the first half of this game. Well, the first 6 ends of the game, really, but goodness me, picking themselves up in the 7th end
Nein, kann er nicht zwingend. Vielleicht bringt er
and
den
putting
Geld
themselves in a real strong position to steal this game from under the noses of Andrew Schnider. There's my buddy Glenn in the chat. Good morning, Glenn.
Kann ich 4-2 oder muss ich langsamer?
I think Glenn also approaching superfan status as well.
Piena.
Ja, 2-3.
Il mio film da guardia adesso quello che fanno.
Quello metti che si dal punto.
No,
Quello grande come non pianto, però se non passa metti che si
Skip stones to come. 2 more stones for Andrew Schnider, 2 more stones for Joel Retornaz in this extra end from World Curling Tour men's event in Adelboden.
Den ist recht gut. Der Platz.
Oh,
Der Platz.
warte!
Der bist ist gut. Kommt jetzt, er kommt recht. Es hat gut kurz. Ja, ja.
Zieh Tom!
Well, that's interesting. Schnider backing himself
giocare la 9 punti.
to do all the hard work with his final stone. Or maybe he's trying to tempt Joel into a more difficult shot with his final stone.
L'unica roba, metti che sono un po' esterni qua, fa la doppia, gamba nei 4 piedi comunque. Mi piace, un po' un diretto. Sì, no.
Cesar sportingly still cheering for the Italians, even though he once played against Amos and lost 17-1. Golly. Yeah, they are champions. Amos now, of course, Olympic champion with teammate Stefania Constantini. Pretty scary stuff going up against these boys.
Mal gucken. Ich meine, der Tappen von uns egal ist nicht unmöglich. Tappen von uns egal ist nicht unmöglich.
Let's see then if that strategy from Schnider, let's see if that pays dividends here. He has tempted Joel into putting a second red in, as the most boring tactician in the world, I would simply remove the guard. If you remove the guard, then whatever Schnider plays with his final throw, you are likely to have a more straightforward shot. But if Italy calls their bluff here, if Italy can get a second red in already in the 4-foot, then they are really forcing Andrei Schnider's hand. Andrei Schnider will have a stinker of a shot, and that's why their champions, boring old Lorna, would remove the guard, because that's quite easy. But that's why these boys are champions. And now Andrei Schnider is facing 2 reds behind his own guard.
No, l'ha detto proprio alla fine.
Ich finde es recht sehr einfach zum Anlegen. Ich glaube, wie ist die beste Chance?
So even, yeah, at the club, honestly, the correct shot would still be to remove the guard, because club level players, they just don't have that precision, that consistency that these guys have. But Joe Retornaz, he knows he can rely on really nailing that 4-foot draw, and he does. Really calling Andrei Schnider's bluff there. Schnider going for the guard, backing himself for his last stone, and Joe saying, all right, what if I get there first? My buddy Glenn in Canada, yes, you're going to have a busy weekend, Glenn, indeed. There is lots of curling to be watched this weekend. We are here in Adelboden. There is the Oslo Cup up in Norway. And indeed, the most popular man in curling, Yves Stocker, their team are playing in Canada this weekend. So you shall have to cheer for them for me, Glenn. Right, Andrei Schnider. You took a risk with your 7th stone. Let's see what he can do with his final throw here. He has to sneak it in behind everything. Oh no, that doesn't have the legs. So that aggressive throw from Schnider not paying off with his 7th stone. Italians calling their bluff. And with a perfect shot from Joe Retornaz with his 7th stone, he doesn't even need to play his 8th. So what a finale in this extra end of curling.
Good luck.
Good play from Andrei Schnider's team, but the Italians really picking themselves up. They are champions, getting themselves out of a difficult situation. Schnider's team, they will be annoyed at that one. But we will definitely be seeing Schnider's team again in this competition. And I'm sure they will learn from this game here. The teams will do last stone draw for the next round. But finally, after a real strong start from the Swiss team, from Andrei Schnider's team, we'll see them again later in this competition. But it is the legendary Italians who finally triumph in an extra end. Team Joe Retornaz of Italy winning out over Team Andrei Schnider of Switzerland after an extra end, 8 points to 6. So we have another round coming up in just over half an hour. Do join us for that. We will see both of these teams again later in the competition. Join us again for the next round. Thanks for your company. See you soon.
Sieht gut aus. Ja, müsst noch. Ziehen.